Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for July 2022. So July 5th, we have the second event taking place. If you haven't listened to Mars moving into Taurus energy astro forecast, I would recommend you do so. We have Mercury moving into Cancer. So let's just review right quick. Mercury, of course, ruler of the mental plane, ruler of information, ruler of communication, literally the messenger of the gods, a little bit of a trickster, a little bit of a gossiper, if you will. We have to be very, very much leaning into both our logical and intuitive selves in order to discern the information coming in and what that actually may mean for us. Now, Mercury has been in its place of power in Gemini. The wheels are just turning. The information coming in, very divided, very extreme and polarized choices and decisions and paths and directions that we've been debating on taking. The wheels have definitely been spinning. We've had to really open up our minds. We've had to have a peak curiosity in order to explore new methods, new ways of doing things, new perspectives that we have to have. Now, of course, we entered into an experimentational phase on the solstice energy lasting to the Lion's Gate portal. We have to kind of open our minds up to see what it is that we can do, stepping out of our comfort zone to create new energy, to create new ways of doing things in relationships, in our personal lives, in our money matters. And of course, having the understanding of certain events will definitely contribute to the choices that we are going to make. Mercury stepping out of his place of power in Gemini and entering into the emotional and intuitive realm of Cancer is definitely going to be a shift. Now, Mercury is only in Cancer energy from July 5th to July 19th, a very short stint before Mercury will be moving into Leo energy. The fact that we have Mars and Mercury moving out of their place of power into their next zone of energy on the same day is very important. And again, if you listen to the Mars moving into Taurus energy astro forecast, you would know that we also are in the Sirius gateway portal. We are aligned with our spiritual sun from the 3rd to approximately the 7th of July, receiving higher intelligence, new information, new light codes from higher realms. Also, we have that concerning event taking place that is absolutely taking over social media. And again, this would be a beautiful reminder for you to keep your vibe high, keep the perspective high, keep the inner dialogue high, keep the narrative high. We want to manifest the best timeline for the collective. We do not need to be worried. We do not need to give in to fear. Mercury moving into Cancer energy is going to get us in touch with the intuitive aspect of our spiritual selves and hopefully help us hone in our focus on the beautiful possibilities instead of the negative realm of the storylines, of the timelines that, of course, the evildoers are trying to manifest. So, we're moving into a water sign, very intuitive, very emotional. A water sign also cleanses us, also transforms us. Now, Mercury, being the ruler of the mental plane, is used to relying on logic and practicality to sort through the information, the data, the details coming in from our physical realms and environments. Now we are going to have to move out of wanting all the information to just zoning in on the information that is going to best help us. We have a passion, we have a desire that we're working on. Again, Mars moving into Taurus is going to help us manifest said desire, said vision. But right now, with Mercury moving into Cancer, we are going to get a little bit deeper. We're thinking on a deeper level. We're speaking and communicating, having those heart-to-hearts on a deeper level. We are bringing information in and dissecting it to a deeper level. And we're using our instincts. We're using our intuition from a deeper level. Again, the beautiful part about Mercury is that one foot is always in the earth plane while the other one is in the metaphysical plane. One is always in the ego plane, one is always in the intuitive plane. So blending these together and having this extra emphasis on our intuition, on our emotions from this Cancer energy is going to help us do a deep dive in our thoughts, in our analyzing, in our communication styles, and in our understanding and perception of certain events that have already taken place to give us a beautiful standing point on what is currently going on so that we can make the right decisions moving forward. We want to know what is going to be affecting us personally. We are more focused on our individual journey, the information that has a direct influence on us. We want to be able to recognize how this is going to affect us, our home, our family, the ones that we care about. Again, Cancer energy, the mother energy of the zodiac, very concentrated on our home, on our family dynamic, nurturing ourselves and those that we love, being protective and semi-defensive about what it is that we've created. But of course, we're also looking to open our minds up in this experimental phase and see where it is we can adopt new ways of doing things, really creating a brand new foundation of safety, security, and stability within ourselves, within our mental plane, within our heart space, and of course, within our physical realm. So yes, we are going to have a lot more emotion to sort through. Cancer energy, definitely more leaning towards our emotions, especially coming in from our subconscious self. Again, very attached to the past. We are going to have a little bit harder of a time to be objective using our logical, practical mind state that Mercury would prefer to use because our emotions, our intuition is so freaking strong. We have just memory flashbacks coming at us. We have emotions resurfacing out of nowhere. We have aha moments of the generational strengths and traumas that we are now sitting in just coming to us. This is going to be a great time to have these aha moments based off of our childhood. Again, Cancer energy, the inner child, kind of seeing where it is that certain patterns, behaviors that we're currently dealing with in the here and now, where they've actually stemmed from. This is a great time to absorb information about the psychological upbringing of where it is that we've come from, our emotional background, if you will, how our, let's say, environment, our upbringing, our atmosphere, the setting that we were actually raised in is contributing to our overall understanding, perception, patterns, and behaviors in the here and now. Again, generational trauma is a thing with Cancer energy, and with Mercury being so intellectual, we're able to kind of pick that apart and, of course, rewrite that narrative. Because Cancer energy is very intuitive, we are picking up on subtle energies, we are picking up on the vibes of the places that we're in, the people that we are kind of, associating with. And that is both a great thing and a tough thing to do. Sometimes in water energies, we don't know where we end and other people begin, making it very hard to navigate what emotions belong to us and what emotions belong to other people. This is a great time to influence and implement our intuitive and emotional boundaries. So as far as ideas go, that kind of generational popping up of ideas, brainstorming time is kind of over. That was Mercury being in its place of power in Gemini's specialty, was just random thoughts, random ideas. Let's jump into this, scatterbrain that, having a peak curiosity for just anything and everything. Now we're not so great on kind of coming up with new ideas, but we're really great at navigating the ideas that have piqued something in us, that has gotten an emotional response within us or an intuitive response from us. And now we get to grow on them. Again, Cancer energy, building a foundation, right? So we're using our logical and intuitive parts of us in order to blend that together to see how we can bring new foundations into creation. This is a great time to just step away just a tad from the social scene, from, the universal collective, and focus on our own personal issues, our own personal wants, needs, and desires. Again, Cancer energy is the fourth energy in the zodiac wheel. Those first four signs are about developing oneself, one's individual identity, one's individual ego. And, in this Cancer energy, we are relating emotionally and intuitively to the world around us. So we are definitely looking for some heart-to-heart conversations. We're looking for heartfelt heartful interactions. We are looking for deep and meaningful experiences. We may not be able to, I'm going to say, adventure into curiosity land so much as we are trying to dive into resolving, let's say, some issues, some topics, some themes that maybe got swept under the rug or pushed to the side altogether. We want intimate connections. We want to be vibing with the right people. We want to be able to fully express ourselves from our heart chakra, from our deepest soul space. And with this kind of energy, we definitely have a warmer interaction, a warmer platform for these conversations to be had. And we are definitely just on a different level with understanding other people and, of course, being able to communicate ourselves with confidence and with clarity. A little bit more heartfelt, but still being able to articulate the inner realm, what it is that we've been thinking and feeling, being able to actually speak that outward to the people that need to hear it in a way that is well received. So this is a very short stint. We only get a couple of weeks in this energy. You'll likely be very thankful by the time this energy is over that it is very short, because again, we do a deep dive in the more sentimental realm of life, which is very uncomfortable for a lot of people. But being in Cancer season, our emotions are peaked anyways. We do have to kind of unravel certain emotional situations that have gone unaddressed. We have to bring this to a full closure before we jump into all this Leo energy that orients us to our most authentic and raw selves, that kind of positions us in alignment with what it is that brings us the most happiness, the most joy. We have to understand that Cancer energy kind of prepares us for this Leo energy, and the Leo energy wants us to let the guard down around our heart space. But of course, in order to do that, we have to get some things off of our chest. We have to use our throat chakra that Mercury really kind of triggers and activates for us in order to speak our truest selves, our truest thoughts, our truest emotions, and get that clean slate prepared for when the Leo energy hits and we are operating from the most raw, generous, big, passionate heart space absolutely possible.